Okay, so I have skipped ahead after that heart-to-heart between Surin and Touya with the side of Noel drinking tea. And now Salana has got sick. So it's Touya to the rescue once again. Let's begin. I heard that in Nasla, once a woman gets the rot, she's euthanized and her body is quickly burned. At this rate, Salana is going to be killed over a disease she doesn't have. My impatience reaching its limits, I acted before I could think.
What?
I quickly took the sword from the guard's waist and set it upon my own throat. As the man let go of me in surprise, I took that chance to run over to the bed and glared as I spoke to them as they were astonished. This girl doesn't have the rot. If you don't listen to what I have to say, then I'll die together with her.
Miss, please, calm down.
Stay back! I'm serious! Of course, I'm not trying to throw my life away here, so I was half bluffing, half serious. If I'm on the verge of losing something precious to something so unreasonable, then I'll use anything as a shield to stop it. Just as I thought so, a voice calmer than anyone's cut through the tension in the air.
Calm down, everyone.
Why is the king here?
His Majesty! You must stay back. There's someone with the rot. Out of the way. I'll take a look. I can't allow that, even if the infection rates for men are low. I said out of the way. If you make me repeat myself again, you'll experience a death worse than the rot.
The tone of his voice dropped, causing my shoulders to shake in fear. He was just standing there, but I felt like he was pointing his sword at me. Menacingly. The guard took a step back under the king's sharp glare.
First, you give me that sword. Then I'll do something about the rest.
No way. Why should I believe the words of a kidnapper?
Your friend's condition is worsening while we engage in this ridiculous exchange. Are you fine with that? You don't have to trust me. Just choose the best option. Even if you are willing to trade your life for your friend, if you die, there's no way for you to know what happens to your friend after that. And if you die, your friend won't get the proper treatment, and her condition may worsen. Therefore, don't you think it would be wise to accept my invitation that I will do something about it?
You're not looking to just save me so you can kill Salana, are you?
If I thought this was the rot. My apologies, but we wouldn't even be having this negotiation.
No negotiation. Which means that he disposed of us without saying a word about it. Unfortunately, all I can do is trust what he's saying. Fine, but promise you'll help Salana.
I vow upon all the spirits that look down on Nasla.
Prompted by his strong gaze, I point the handle of the sword towards Touya. Touya takes it, and with a look of relief on his face, he quickly looks towards the bed.
When did she develop a fever?
I believe it was around this morning.
I see.
A short reply. I wasn't quite finished talking yet when he'd already moved on. Not that I want him to pay attention to me, but just passing through like that means you can miss the beat. Hey you! I found myself talking to his large back. Suddenly he turned towards me and I felt his brown eyes looking down on me.
And your name is?
Naala, but what about it? Touya raised his face, already ignoring me in my guarded stance. He dished out matter-of-fact orders to the guards lined up at the entrance.
Naala stays here. Everyone else fall back. No one is to come in until I order them to do so. Yes.
As everyone left reluctantly, Touya knelt down beside the bed. Hey! The king not just entered the room of a sick person, but knelt down by their bed. With this totally unexpected scene playing out in front of me, I trembled pathetically. While imbued with hostility and alertness, I carefully asked Touya, "What are you doing?"
I'm going to touch your friend a little bit. Please forgive me.
What? As he spoke, Touya pulled up Salana's clothes before permission was given. Frantically, I went to stop him, but he held me back with a serious look.
Hey, does it hurt here?
He asked Salana while pushing down on her stomach slightly above her pelvis. I forgot that he did like this whole doctoring thing. I wonder where he learned that from. Despite her fever, Salana answered Touya's question by shaking her head.
Right. This is not the rot.
How do you know that?
The rash from the rot is reddish. She's got something different. And if this was the rot, she'd feel pain in the area I pushed down on before.
He pointed to the rash on Salana's neck and her abdomen. I was impressed by his calm demeanor, momentarily forgetting that he was the enemy. What am I thinking? He's the enemy.
She's probably exhausted, mentally. If she rests her body and gets nourishment, she'll recover in time.
You're quite knowledgeable.
If the person in charge doesn't know anything about the disease threatening his country, how is he supposed to protect the people?
It seems that doctor didn't know, though.
This is what I've learned through my own personal research. It's not surprising that he wouldn't know.
The king? Doing his own research? I'm understanding less and less about this king called Touya. He kidnaps women, but then bows his head to women, and is researching illness on his own. Well, he's definitely a weird one. A weirdo. And does he not fear anything? Aren't you afraid of the spirits? At first, since many famous fortune tellers describe the rot as not a disease, but a curse from the spirits, there's still quite a few people who still believe that. That's why there hasn't been much research done on it, even up to now.
If this really were a curse from the spirits, I'd have died a long time ago.
What? Interesting. I don't think I really paid attention to that line the first time through this game. Was he being ironic? While I was pondering the meaning, Touya seemed to praise me.
You are also quite knowledgeable.
It was a hunch. Salana's been stressed out mentally these days. I don't know how I'd be treated if I said that I'd survived the rot. That's gotta come into play later in this route, though, for sure. I turned my face away to make the denial more believable.
My apologies.
What? He apologized? Is he really concerned about her? If it was an insincere apology, I could have cursed him out easily. But his face really did seem sincere in his apology, making me feel a strange sympathy for him. I know that's not quite right, but Touya's eyes looked like they were crying, and I couldn't bring myself to verbally abuse him.
Anyway, let's get a different doctor in here. If you like, you can stay here and help him.
This new doctor will be one who properly understands the rot, right?
Rest assured, this is the #1 doctor in the country. We've been researching together.
Why didn't you send that guy from the beginning? I complained internally, but that seemed to show on my face, so Touya gave a strained smile and said,
If I gave him equal opportunities, I'd never stop hearing complaints from the men.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
You'll see when he gets here. Well then. Oh, and don't threaten to take your own life again.
He ordered that in such a light tone and left the room. I watched him leave, half stunned. Maybe I could have been more grateful, but all he really did was show up. If it had been that null political assistant guy, he would have used the situation to his advantage. But a king would have to be smart enough to use such dirty tactics. Being close to Auri, I realized that the government can't always do things on the up and up. Even if that king's actions aren't for show, he can't afford to give his opponent a chance to take advantage of it. But as a person, his actions aren't wrong. What am I doing worrying about that guy? Okay, no more of that. Really, what a weird king. My solitary muttering helped to disperse these indescribable feelings. Indescribable. Well, maybe we'll describe it a little later. Okay, Ruzy's popping in, so I think the next time we'll see Touya is the drinking challenge, potentially, so I'll bring you in when we get there. Okay, we are back. Time for a drinking contest. Here alone in this room at night, I let out a big sigh. Salana had been moved to the treatment room on the first floor so that she could be looked at immediately if needed. As soon as they realized she didn't have the rot, she regained her value. And Shalu had rushed over to take care of her. I wanted to be there too, but Shalu refused. She said, "You've been working too hard lately. You take a break." But there's nothing good about being left alone. With nothing to do, sentiments I don't need come flooding. I can't face them straight. I might collapse if I'm not moving with a sense of purpose. This is pathetic. As I said that, I heard the door open and looked back. I approached, thinking maybe Shalu had come back.
Apologies for dropping by so late at night.
My entire body froze in surprise. Why is the king here so late at night? I carefully prepared my posture, hiding my surprise. I have to be prepared, in case I need to fight back if he attacks me.
You don't have to be so guarded. I just came to bring a reward.
A reward? With a wry smile towards the guarded me, Touya placed a basket of fruits on top of the desk. Taking a quick look at it, I could see that it was expensive fruits that only the aristocrats eat. Sorry, I'm overly self-conscious. You aren't trying to throw your hat in the silly wedding scramble too, are you?
As I said, this is a reward. Or rather, a show of gratitude.
Gratitude? My brow wrinkles. I really don't understand this guy. Touya takes one of the fruits and tosses it to me. I feel regret that I took it so easily.
The spirits will be angry if you don't properly handle the food you hold.
The people of the continent all believe in the existence of spirits and continue to protect the spoken teachings. And this is one of them. We're told at an early age that the spirits will be angered if we play with our food. You'll be punished for evoking the spirits like that.
The spirits would be more angry if I didn't return the favor.
Gratitude, favor. I never understand what you're saying, King.
Don't call me King. Please, call me Touya.
What's he getting at? Upon my suspicious expression, Touya approached with a wry smile. Even if I tried to retreat, there was only a window behind me, causing me to panic internally. Don't come any closer!
I'm looking at you as a person.
What? I spoke as if to cut him off, but despite the strength of my voice, the fog in my head only got murkier. Stopping just a step away from me, Touya looked down at me.
I'm grateful to you, Naala, and this has nothing to do with you being a woman.
Grateful?
I dislike spilling unnecessary blood. You prevented that from happening. And it's a rule that on the battlefield, if a warrior risks their life for a friend, they'll certainly be rewarded for it.
In that case, I can't accept this. This isn't a battlefield.
It is for you.
Easy for you to say, being the one who brought me here.
Don't glare. You'll get wrinkles on your beautiful face.
I don't have any wrinkles. But despite having said so, I am a little worried about it. Got her. I turned away from the moonlight so he couldn't see.
Well, even if you don't wrinkle, the dark circles under your eyes will only get worse. I've seen ghosts come out of graves looking more lively than you.
What? As I lifted my face, I saw a cup raised directly in front of me. I tilted my head and alternated looking at the cup and Touya.
I've brought a magical medicine that can help even you to sleep.
Touya lifted the gourd hanging on his waist, swinging it happily. The strong smell of alcohol from the gourd tickled my nostrils. I thought I might get drunk from the smell alone. That's just alcohol.
It's the best alcohol in the country.
All the more reason not to drink it.
Oh, so Rus women don't drink alcohol.
He spoke as if disappointed, but looked at me provocatively. My innate competitive spirit showed on my face as I ended up responding to the challenge. We drink! According to Rus laws, a person is considered to be an adult when they're old enough to hunt on their own and are allowed to drink alcohol. I was the fastest among my peers in being able to hunt on my own, so I'm quite used to drinking alcohol. So I couldn't stand being thought of as a lightweight. I took the cup from Touya and downed it all at once. Looking at Toya's surprised face, I stuck out my chest in pride. Rus women can hold their liquor. I'd never lose to a Nasla man.
I wonder about that. We won't know until we try.
You asked for it. But if you lose, then you'll let us go home.
Okay, that's fine. However, if I win...
What?
I'll keep that a secret until the winner is decided. Or are you so unsure of your victory that you have to know what I want in advance?
If you don't tell me... Well, even if you apologize about it in tears later, I won't allow it.
You're strict.
I'm pretty confident in my ability to hold my drinks. I was the strongest in the Rus castle. Due to that pride, internally, I was laughing. I didn't think he'd really let us go home, but at least I'd have something I could hold over him.
Well then.
The sky, reflected in the alcohol, swayed. As the cup was drawn to Touya's attractive lips, it was like he was drinking the swaying moon.
Let's battle.
These two. An hour later.
What's wrong, Naala? Your face is pretty red.
Shut up. I'm just a little tired. What's with this guy? I thought I'd whoop this guy's ass, but now the world is spinning. In other words, I'm drunk. Does the earth always spin so fast?
Don't overdo it. It'll be easier if you admit defeat.
Who's been defeated? Maybe you haven't been drinking at all.
I am. Oh, I forgot to mention, I won the national drinking contest.
Now you tell me. That's sneaky. Getting angry only made the drunk feeling worse. I put my wobbling elbows on the table and rested my head in my hands. This is why I hate Nasla men. You're cowardly, forceful, selfish. You steal women as if it were nothing. This was no longer a contest, but a drunken exchange. So I might as well take this opportunity to really let loose on him. Thinking that, I glared at him.
Yes, that's right.
Again, his face was full of guilt.
How annoying.
I don't remember which one of these was the correct one. I don't think it will matter too much. I think we've got like enough ups with Touya that if I miss this one, it won't be too bad, but Okay, well, nothing went up. I'll take it. What? Jeez. It's unfair for you to make that face. You don't have the right to feel guilty. The back of my chest felt heavy, unbearable. I couldn't stay still, and as I went to stand, I almost collapsed from the dizziness. Even putting strength into my feet, I couldn't resist against the drunkenness. Even in my haze, I prepared myself to fall down. Oh, but he saved you. Look at you guys, hugging already. Everybody else was so slow in comparison. Well, maybe not Surin. And in the next instant, I felt something warm enveloping me.
I'm sorry.
I told you. You don't have the right to make that face. I knew it was Touya that was holding me. But being drunk, I couldn't muster the strength in my arms to push him away.
I'm sorry.
He apologizes again. His eyes look like they could cry at any time. Right, this is unacceptable. I hate you for having such a piercing face. His sad voice full of guilt blunts my judgment. If you have to apologize for it, then why bring us here?
It's because I'm the king.
That's not an explanation.
The king must protect the laws the previous king established. I cannot defy the law of stealing Roos women.
An excuse. You brought a woman here with your own hands. And you're planning to marry one of us, aren't you?
No. I will not marry a Roos woman.
I see. Well, since you already have someone, it's so easy for you.
I have neither a wife nor a partner. There are no women my age in the royal capital now.
Then why?
Being the one who brought you here forcibly, how can I possibly ask one to become my wife? I don't want to be any more forceful than I have to be.
I felt strength gathering in the arms that were supporting me. His low and cool voice sounded like it was quivering. You really are a selfish guy. You're the only one running away from your guilt.
I know. But even still, I can't help but to wish for your happiness.
I'm fine now. Let go. My drunkenness abated slightly, and I regained my composure. Touya also knew this, so he simply pulled back. As soon as we separated, a cold wind blew between us, making us aware of the warmth we just shared. I felt a strange rumbling in the back of my chest.
I appreciate you drinking together with me. Thanks to you, I can sleep well tonight. You should also get some rest.
I see. Touya and Ruzi are worried about me, thinking I'm not getting enough sleep. I've probably got dark circles under my eyes and look terrible. That's why Ruzi said he would bring medicine, and Touya brought alcohol to put me to sleep. I also want to say thanks, and I feel guilt for feeling that way. This feeling is wrong. I look out the window wordlessly as I sense Touya leaving the room. Together with the sound of the door closing, I felt complex emotions I couldn't quite call impatience or sadness. It swirled up in my throat, making it tough to breathe. Shalu would be pissed at me if I told her.
Alright, and now Mr. Political Assistant guy's popping in.
So I'm gonna skip ahead until Touya shows up again. Aha! It's market day! This is my first time doing this option, so I've done everything else, even though it's not purple. Let's do this, and we should, hopefully, run into Touya. I'm interested in the woman who just passed by. Isn't that... The woman wore a hood that covered her eyes, but I could catch a glimpse of a familiar color through the gap. Looking carefully... While the clothes were for a woman, the body inside of them was too big, stretching them out. Plus, this person was a little too tall and broad-shouldered. Okay.
Must have been just my imagination.
Are you... What are you up to?
What are you doing?
Hey, you there! I ended up calling out, more to confirm my suspicions rather than out of curiosity. Did this person have some kind of reason for being here? It was simply just strange.
Yes? What do you want?
That's a pretty deep voice you've got there. Do I know you from somewhere?
Oh, you must have mistaken me for someone else. Okay, have a nice day.
As if there'd be any women this big.
Dang! Got him. What? How'd you see through my perfect disguise?
If you wanted perfect, you should have gone in a different direction. Upon removing the clothes, I saw a familiar, beautiful female face. A beautiful male face. I might have accidentally let "you dummy" slip from my lips. You dummy. Looking at me with half-open eyes, he spoke in a sulking tone.
Dummy? Why'd you call me a dummy? I'm doing proper market research here.
Oh, is that what you're up to? What are you doing here? And looking like that, no less.
You starting a conversation with me makes this a happy day.
No dodging the question.
I'm serious. I thought you hated me.
That's... I can't admit to it. Why are you guys giving such old married couple energy already? I was surprised that I didn't immediately respond with, "Of course I do." There's no reason for me to like the man who forcibly abducted me, even if he's beautiful in every way, shape, and form. Despite that, here we are, talking normally. Surprised by the strangeness of it all, I regret calling out to him. This king is way too weird. Just engaging with him causes me to go mad. That's definitely it. Despite kidnapping women, he cares for us and won't even try anything. One moment he's got the power of a warrior, and in the next he's got the face of a gentle old master. And if we want to talk about the wisdom of a doctor, these weird clothes fit the bill. This guy is completely, 100% impossible to comprehend. He's bold and illusionary, just like the clouds dancing in the summer sky. He has a strange feel to him that makes it ridiculous to keep hating him. Of course I hate you. It's good to know what your enemies are up to, right? There's no way I could admit to my momentary hesitation. No matter how charming and beautiful he might be, the Nasla king is my enemy. Not to mention, he's the guy who abducted me. Even though I regained my composure and glared at him, Touya laughed happily for some reason.
Right. Ah, then that works out nicely.
Huh? What does he mean by "that works out nicely"? Just as I was thinking that I can't read this guy, he puts his hand on my left shoulder. It was so sudden that I forget to dodge it and ended up waiting for his next words.
You need to observe your enemy's movements, right?
Yeah.
In that case, come shopping with me.
What? Why me?
You're interested in my movements, right?
I'm not all that interested.
Well then, let's go on a trip of adventure.
Wait!
Impromptu shopping date!
Continuing to interrupt my words, Touya announced our departure, making me truly question his intelligence. I got swept up in his momentum, and before I could plant myself, he took my hand and ended up dragging me along. Oh my. I'm okay with this.
This is fun, Naala. Markets really are great.
For you, perhaps. Taking me various places, I ended up spending half a day going shopping with the enemy. But what were you, okay, so if you were doing market research, were you just like, well, this is a better way to do market research, I'll take this girl? Or were you like trying to sneak out from watchful eyes, and you're like, well, no one's gonna interrupt the king on his dato. Goodness gracious.
You're not having fun?
Is there a woman anywhere in the world who would have fun shopping with her kidnapper?
Sure, right here.
Says who? You really are a selfish guy.
If you keep praising me, I'm gonna blush.
I'm not praising you. I'm too tired to even fight back now. Jeez.
Your expressions change so frequently. You're so interesting. I'll never tire of watching them.
You know, I'm not some kind of toy.
Did you know? Being called interesting is the best compliment in the world. So, I'm complimenting you.
I don't think I've got such a strange personality. Despite my ordeal, here I am having a normal conversation with this guy. I realize this, but my feet are too tired for me to care. I give lazy answers and pray that the shopping will end soon. On the other hand, Touya, in a complete contrast to me, turns around with sparkles in his eyes.
Let me say this. You are the most interesting woman in the world. I've never met a woman who fights more bravely than you.
It seems like you'd find any and everything to be interesting. I answer in an exasperated tone, but there's some true feelings mixed in there. While going around the market, Touya looked at everything with sparkles in his eyes and really seemed to be going on an adventure. He had none of the dignity of a king and seemed to be enjoying himself with all the innocence of a little boy.
Yeah, the world is made up of interesting things. For example, the sky and those clouds. They seem to be the start of an epic adventure. It's thrilling.
For a moment, I thought he was teasing me, but Touya was serious and enjoying this talk. This is a very mischievous face he's got going on right now. Touya seemed to be looking far off overhead, probably looking at the beginning of some adventure that I can't see. He might actually be seeing it. I'm starting to question if we're gonna stay here in Nasla. He might be like, I'm forfeiting the kingship. I'm going on an adventure. His gaze was so straight and clear that it really did feel that way. Is the Nasla royal family really so stiff?
Huh? Why?
I was wondering, maybe you were so cooped up that you've come to find everything to be interesting. You look like a child who went outside for the first time. Upon hearing my words, Touya's face went expressionless for a few seconds. It wasn't anger or suspicion, but the look of someone hearing something for the first time. I was reflected in his eyes looking up at the sky, entangling us into an inexplicable gaze. He silently tilted his head, and with a sudden gust of wind, his crimson hair covered the king's face. Crimson hair, eh?
You really are interesting.
I could only see his mouth behind his crimson hair. For some reason, it was a dreadful smile.
Lord Touya!
God!
Touya shrugged as a pointed voice called out. Like a panicked child caught in his tracks, he turned on his heel to run away from the voice.
You can't run away!
His escape attempt was narrowly foiled. The garment behind his neck was caught, and Touya, looking awkward, turned around. When I looked up at the catcher, my voice as well got caught in my throat. Oh god. Of course it was you. Oh. This is... Yeah, you were doing market research. You're trying to run away from this guy, and I don't blame you.
Lord Touya, surely you haven't abandoned your work to have a secret date in a place like this?
Hidden behind that too beautiful smile was an anger that felt like it could make the ground shake. The evil spirit that appeared. No, I mean Noel. No, you didn't stutter. With a self-satisfied smile, was grabbing the king, his superior, supposedly, by the nape of his neck. Sir.
I'm not on a secret date. This is market research.
How wonderful! And of course, you will submit the results of that research into a report.
Yeah, that was the plan all along.
Well then, let us return.
Alright already, so let go of my clothes! You know, I am the king.
Of course, His Majesty the King.
I had thought that Noel, on the surface at least, was playing the part of the king's loyal vassal, but it seems that I was wrong. Away from politics, they seemed not like a king and his vassal, but something closer in nature. Though this is quite different from me and my friends. Trying to figure out their dynamic, one suddenly came to me. They're like a teacher and student. He looks pretty young, but I wonder if Noel is much older. The situation was just like a teacher scolding a poor student. And me, who should be a captive, being a part of the situation? Well, it's beyond absurd. I once again felt pathetic for allowing myself to get swept up in this.
Ah, so you were the partner for the secret date.
He looked at me as if noticing me for the first time. Hello? That full-face smile is beautiful. But the latent nastiness contained within rubbed me the wrong way. I could almost hear him saying,
"Thank you for moving in accordance with my whims,"
as I bit my lower lip. I hate to admit it, but I probably did end up doing what Noel wanted. Though not intended, I had spent time with Touya. It wasn't a secret date. I was studying the enemy's movements. Am I also required to make a report, by the way?
I see. An enemy who would go so far as to dress up like a woman to escape from me is certainly one worth studying.
That costume was for hiding from Noel. He did a terrible job of it. Wonderful. Having been mocked by Noel, Touya opens his mouth as if to protest in a huff. Before he could, Noel started to cart him away.
Alright, I get it! I won't run away anymore, so let me go!
Oh? So you were running away?
No. See, this was market research.
Yes, of course. How wonderful, His Majesty.
You could have a little more respect for the king, you know.
I vaguely watched the two of them walk off into the distance. I am just done with it all. Oh no, Naala, we have barely begun. Time to go back. I turned my heels as I could hear Touya's voice fading into the distance. I'd taken a few steps when I suddenly remembered. At that time, the way Touya smiled, I felt strange, feeling like I'd experienced that kind of smile before. Continuing to think about it, it suddenly hit me upon coming back to the living quarters. Right, that's... But... why? Why, in that place, did he show a self-deprecating smile?